Hello. We try to talk about this collapse of the self. And as far as I'm concerned, every time we speak about it, we fail miserably. Um, I know there's different flavors of people who talk about this and the way they go about it. Um, there are some people who speak in third person point of view, which is great. Um, I'm not able to do that. I use regular language a lot of the time, which I know can be confusing, because speaking about this is paradoxical. It's very contradicting when we try to translate it into a language. But I'm just going to speak plainly right now and describe to you what's been going on with me lately. So, this apparent collapse of the self structure, um, believing in concepts, um, believing that someone is the thinker, the doer. This happened for me last December, which was like 6 months ago. So, it's kind of new for me. And when it happened, there was a great emptiness and despair and a hopelessness, which I think is common, you know. We've tried all the things up until that point. We've done many modalities, many of us, and tried everything that we could think of. I know I did. And the meing and being was so exhausting. I would think I would make some kind of headway, and then there would be another wave of depression and questioning why can't I just accept, and be with what is. And all the resistance to the thoughts and feelings would come up. And during this time in December, I finally got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And when that happens, we become open to a different perspective. And I lost hope. I gave up. I started to think that this wasn't real, this waking up phenomenon. And I began to mourn the idea of becoming better, of transcending the self sabotage. And something about that despair, hopelessness, giving up and laying down, opened something for this collapse to happen. And of course, when it happens, it's seen not to be a happening. It's seen to have always been, this way. It was just obscured by ideas that were believed, by giving this relevance and this meaning to concepts. It's all in our head, as they say. And there was a time after this where I was astonished and amazed at the emptiness of everything, all the concepts, all the thoughts, all of the things that were meaningful before, all of it, which makes up our world more than we realize. And I was amazed at the emptiness. I became it. And I was astonished at the automatic, spontaneous nature of everything, and how it's always been this way. And something about this despair and hopelessness and emptiness is like a reset in a way. And we become an open space for what arises. The beauty of this world and concepts and feelings and all the different perceptions that arise still. The ordinariness of life. There's something so full and miraculous about just this, just looking at a cloud or something that we might overlook or take for granted before. It's like we're finally allowed to fall in love with this human experience, the thing that we ran from before. The emptiness makes way for the fullness. And all of this is just a description of a change in perspective. And nothing actually changes. But it's like the concepts are thrown away and the emptiness is seen, and then there's an appreciation for all of it, even though it's an illusion, even though it's empty, even though there's no one here. It's like we can finally live this ordinary human life unencumbered by the concepts that it should be this way or that way, or it shouldn't be this way or that way. The fullness is innocent. It's rich with all its different textures and flavors. The concepts are no longer the enemy. There's no way for them to be correct, and there's no way for them to be incorrect either. Entering into the unknown, the place where we always avoided, but we didn't even know we were doing it. Trying to fill in the emptiness with knowledge and knowing to escape the abyss. It fills itself back in once it's seen for the emptiness that it is, beautifully, just like before. It's like life resets itself, and we can be fully human, just as we are. It feels like the love that was always longed for, but it's for no one. Impersonal. Thank you.